Can you tell us about the Manor Park development and what makes it unique?
So with Manor Park, the great thing about it, it's definitely it might be from a biased point of view, but I think it's the overall architecture of it, and DFA and have done a really good job with regards to our architects. The different mixture of construction and design is very good in regards to, but it's quite a kind of subtle, elegant way with all the stone and the brickwork mixed in. It's obviously had its challenges with, I think, obviously how complex the construction methodology is. But I think the great thing about it, it kind of incorporates, it's unique for new builds within this area because it's quite quirky but also quite light and kind of very welcoming and homely. So I think, yeah, it's the wow factor from the outside of Manor Park, where you see a lot of the stone going wrap around the building, the stone everywhere, that it kind of looks like an old building, but it's not. It's quite a modern take of it. And then you come to the inside, and it's Cavendish Studios doing a great job in regards to making it look like a very quirky, very, I'd say, trendy apartments and house, and we've had a good reception on these properties so far. So we're nearly sold out. So I do think it's a very unique property development, and I think there's a lot of it's down to there is not many developments around Lewisham or South London that I've seen anyway. That is similar to it.
What attracted you to this site originally?
I'd say what attracted me to Manor Park is literally the wow factor when we were looking at the site in general, with the building and kind of the way, with all the wraparound stone and kind of the overall feel of it. I think for me, that was the main wow factor, and obviously the area, and that we'd already got a site within Lewisham in Broseley, but had not been introduced as much to the Hither Green area. But it's definitely an area that's kind of grown on me more and more. But I think the most thing that attracted me to this development in particular is just the aesthetics of the development, and kind of seeing that potential of delivering a very, very good product to the market and be able to exit them as well. So,
what was the biggest challenge in getting this project started?
I think the biggest challenge on this was the kind of finance / initial feasibility, because this was at a time where interest rates were spiking with Liz Truss. The interest rates were going quite high, and so trying to get anything that no one was giving you fixed interest on finance. A lot of it was variable, which to make anything stack and then trying to put anything, appraise anything, was very hard. So that was one of the most challenging things, and obviously then from a feasibility point of view, trying to getting the design and getting everything in place was quite challenging. So actually, and then obviously getting all the pre-construction, pre-development or pre-commencement conditions, all the conditions discharged, which is getting a bit harder these days, far more challenging. That was quite a big challenge to start with.
How did you approach the design of these homes?
I'd say the one thing we wanted to do in design, and obviously we have the house on the other side and the flats on this side, we wanted to create something that had that kind of, it was something different. So a lot with like the bow works, the joinery, the doors as well, we kind of got custom made doors. trying to make it feel that kind of warm, homely kind of development where people could vision themselves in. We didn't want to go for white walls or kind of that, so we wanted something that when a person comes in, they have that wow factor, but not in a sense of it's very like loud. We want something that's a bit more elegant, and obviously that was something that our kind of interior designers with our architects as well and our JV partners, Capstone, we all managed to kind of get something that we could all be proud of, and a lot of it has been well received in this sense, and I think we've delivered something that's it has that kind of feel. In the external is obviously that wow factor with all the stone, but the internals I feel complements it quite well in regards to the standards, so it's not kind of not lost, the quality is not lost when you come in the inside.
Were there any specific challenges during construction of this development?
Yeah, it definitely it was definitely a challenging construction. It's I think obviously I've talked about the aesthetics and how great they were. Obviously what people don't realise behind that amazing aesthetics is the complexity of it in regards to the development itself. Like, you're probably looking at every type of construction under the sun, with RC, traditional, in situ concrete. We've got, in regards to SFS, steel frame system, in there with cladded, with aluminium panelling, and green roof surrounding. So it was definitely very challenging in that sense. Obviously that's, yeah, it came with its challenges in that sense, and all the stone had the masonry support that we had to, that held the stone in place, and all of it had to align so it looked like a stone band going around the building. So that was definitely very challenging. I think for us it was initially, I think going in for some non-material amendments and just trying to mitigate that as much as we could. That was a big thing, and then obviously wherever we could value engineer in certain areas that it's not going to add as much value, then we can kind of, we were supposed to in some areas go for a brick wall, but we got a nice cedar fencing instead, so it kind of saved money putting footings and that, so that kind of could add up to tens of thousands of pounds, and kind of, especially going along for areas of the development. So there was certain things that we kind of try and value engineer. Obviously there was, on this development in regards to, there was 26 tonnes of steel on this development, which is on a 9-unit scheme is quite substantial, but it's just down to the weight of the building. So there was definitely elements that we took away, and obviously going forward we've been able to make sure that we've learnt them lessons going into that pre-construction viability, and kind of even with Section 73s and various other ones that we have taken forward. And there's been a lot of lessons learned from coming from a construction background with the complexity of this. But I definitely think it's put us in good stead going in the future, as I think we've overcome that and delivered a very good product, which is sold very well, and the market's going very well. So I think on that side, we've definitely grown as a business, and I think there's still a lot of things I need to learn on that side, and there's still things we are deep diving on, but I definitely think this has been a lesson for us all, but also at the same time I think it's something that we're very proud of to deliver.